this grotty day. So I hope you've been able to snuggle up this afternoon and do something that's just for you, that's not all about school. So I'm glad you're enjoying this lovely, lovely book. So we're going to start off and see what's going to happen next. So, you know, I've been in my domain for 9,855 days, all by myself. For a while, when I was young and foolish, I thought I was actually the last gorilla on Earth. I tried not to think about it too much. It's hard to stay really happy when you think there's no more of you out there. Then one night, after I watched a movie about men in black hats with guns and funny horses, a different show came on. And it wasn't a cartoon, and it wasn't a show of licking faces, and it wasn't even a western. I saw this amazing forest, and I heard all these birds, and the grass actually moved, and the trees actually rustled. And then I saw him. He was a bit scrawny and not as good looking as I am, to be honest, but sure enough, do you know what? He was actually another gorilla. And just suddenly as he appeared, the gorilla vanished, and in his place was this scruffy white animal called, I learned later, a polar bear. And then there was this chubby water creature called a manatee. And then there was another animal and another animal and another animal, and all night I sat there wondering about that gorilla that I'd seen on the TV. I wondered where he lived, and I wondered would he ever come and visit me. And if he was a he somewhere, maybe there was a she as well. Or was it just the two of us all in the world, trapped in our own separate boxes? Me in my domain and him in the TV box. Stella says she is sure I will see another real-life gorilla someday, and I believe her because she's older than I am and she has eyes like black stars and knows more than I will ever know. Stella is a mountain, and next to her I'm a rock, and Bob the dog, he's a bit little, so he's a bit like a grain of sand, I suppose. Every night when the stores close and the moon washes the world with milky light, Stella and I have long chats. We don't actually have much in common, but we have enough. We are huge and alone, and guess what? We both love yogurt raisins. Sometimes Stella tells stories of her childhood, of leafy canopies hidden by mist and the busy songs of flowing water. Unlike me, she can recall every detail of her past. Do you know what? Stella loves the moon. I love the feel of the sun on my tummy. Stella says that I have quite a big tummy. And I say, thank you, so do you. We talk, but not too much. Elephants, like gorillas, don't waste words. Stella used to perform in a large and famous circus, and she still does some of those tricks for our show. During one stunt, Stella stands on her hind legs while Snickers jumps on her head. It's hard to stand on your hind legs when you weigh more than 40 men. If you are a circus elephant and you stand on your hind legs while a dog jumps on your head, you get a treat. But if you don't, then the claw stick comes swinging. It's not very nice. Elephant hide is thick and as bark on an ancient tree, but a claw stick can pierce it like a leaf. Once Stella saw a trainer hit a bull elephant with a claw stick. A bull is like a silverback, noble and calm like a cobra when a cobra is calm. But when the claw stick stuck on the bull's flesh, he tossed the trainer in the air with his tusk. The man flew, Stella said, like an ugly bird. But she never saw the bull elephant again, and she wondered where he went to. Do you know that Stella's trunk is a miracle? She can pick up a single peanut with elegant precision. She can tickle a passing mouse and tap a shoulder of a dozing zookeeper. I think her trunk's remarkable, but still it can't unlatch the door of her tumble-down old domain. Circling Stella's legs are long ago scars from the chains she wore when she was little. She calls them her bracelets. When she worked at the famous circus, Stella had to balance on a pedestal for her most difficult trick. One day, she fell off and she really hurt her foot. And when she went lame and lagged behind the other elephants, the circus sold her to Mac because she wasn't any good anymore. But she's still my friend. Do you know, Stella's foot never healed completely. She limps when she walks, and sometimes her foot gets infected when she stands in one place for too long. Last winter, Stella's foot swelled to twice its normal size. She had a fever, and she lay on the damp, cold floor of her domain for 5 whole days. They were very long days for me and for Stella. Even now, I'm not sure she's really completely better, but she never complains though, so it's quite hard to know. At the Big Top Mall, no one bothers with iron bracelets. A bristly rope tied to a bolt in the floor is all that's required. You know what, said Stella, I think they think I'm too old to cause trouble. Old age, she says, is a powerful disguise. I think I quite like this, Stella. It's been 2 days since anyone came to visit, and Mac's in a real bad mood. He says we're losing money hand over fist. He says he's going to sell all of us. When Thelma, a blue and yellow macaw, demands, kiss me boy, kiss me big boy, kiss me big boy, for the 3rd time in 10 minutes, Mac throws a soda can at her. Thelma's wings are clipped so that she can't fly, but she still can hop. She leaps aside just in the nick of time. Pucker up, pucker up, pucker up, she says with a shrill whistle. Mac stomps to his office and slams the door shut. I don't think he really wanted to listen to Thelma. I wonder if my visitors have just grown tired of me. Maybe if I learn a trick or two, it would help. Humans do seem to enjoy watching me eat, and luckily I'm always hungry. I'm actually, you know what, quite a gifted eater. A silverback must eat 45 pounds of food a day if he wants to stay a silverback. 45 pounds of fruit and leaves and seeds and stems and bark and vines and rotten wood. Do you know what? I'll tell you a secret. I actually enjoy the occasional insect as well. I've decided I'm going to try and eat more. Maybe then we will get more visitors. Tomorrow I will eat 50 pounds of food, maybe even 55, and that should make my Mac happy. Do you know what? I explained my plan to Bob the dog.
Ivan, he said, trust me on this one. The problem is not your appetite.
He hops onto my chest and licks my chin, checking for leftovers. Bob is a stray dog, which means he doesn't have a proper home. He is so speedy that mall workers long ago gave up trying to catch him. Bob can sneak into cracks like a trapped rat. He lives well off the ends of hot dogs he pulls from the trash, and for dessert he laps up all the spilled lemonade and the ice cream that's splattered on the floor. I've tried to share my food with Bob, but he's a bit of a picky eater. He said he prefers to hunt for himself. Do you know what? Bob is tiny and fast, like a barking squirrel. He is nut-coloured and has big ears, and his tail moves like weeds in the wind, spiralling and dancing. Bob's tail makes me dizzy and a little confused. He has meanings within meanings, like human words. I'm sad, it says. I'm happy, it says. Beware, I might be tiny, but my teeth are sharp, it says. All with just a wag of his tail. Gorillas don't have use of tails. Our feelings are pretty uncomplicated. Do you know that our bottoms are unadorned? Bob used to have 3 brothers and 2 sisters. Humans tossed them out of a truck onto the freeway when they were a few weeks old, and Bob rolled into a ditch. The others did not. His first night on the highway, Bob stepped in the icy mud of the ditch, and when he woke, he was so cold that his legs wouldn't bend for a whole hour. Humans can be really nasty people. The next night, Bob slept under some dirty hay near the Big Top Mall garbage bins. The following night, Bob found the spot in the corner of my domain where the glass is broken. I actually dreamed that I'd eaten a furry donut, and when I woke in the dark, I discovered a tiny puppy snoring on the top of my belly. And that was my friend Bob. It had been so long since I'd felt the comfort of another's warmth that I wasn't really sure what to do. Not that I hadn't had visitors. Mac had been in my domain, of course, and many other keepers, and I'd seen my share of rats zip past, and the occasional sparrow had fluttered in through the hole in my ceiling, but they'd never really stayed for long. Do you know what? I didn't move all night because I didn't want to wake up the sleeping puppy. So that's how Bob came into Ivan's life. So he's a pretty gentle giant, isn't he? All right, my lovely people, another fun day tomorrow. Remember, it's your day to be able to work on lots of different things that make you happy and make you smile. All right, my lovely Zoomers, sleep tight. See you tomorrow.